So this is my unboxing and my overview of the Emma mattress, which has been one of the most talked about and requested mattresses on my channel, and messages to me personally asking me if I am going to review it. And I had hammered and hawed about it because there were a couple of other mattresses I was interested in. However, I thought I'd give it a try and ask Emma if they would consider letting me have a complimentary mattress for the sake of review and unboxing. And after a small bit of negotiation, they agreed to let me have a mattress with no input and no requirements on what I do with the video. So they have sent me this. I have got this Emma mattress for free. I'm well chuffed about that because they are starting to add up, because most of them I have had to buy. So I'm pretty pleased I got that for nothing. I just want to make it clear, I didn't pay for this mattress. I paid for most of my mattresses, but I didn't pay for this one. I've done it on the basis that Emma have agreed that they would have no input in my review and they would have no requirements of what I say. So it's totally my opinion and my honest opinion, which seems to be a big deal, which surprises me. And it is interesting because it seems to be the one most people hum and haw about. If you're thinking about the Simba, then you're also probably thinking about the Emma, because Simba and Emma both have micro conical pocket springs. So very similar to Simba in that regard, but different in that Simba is synthetic latex top layer. Emma has ergo-cell top layer. So what is ergo-cell, obviously, is the question. They actually have a little glossary of terms where they talk about what actually is ergo-cell, and they do liken it to a gel foam. And I just want to point out that there is no gel in their top layer. From what I gather, it's basically their proprietary, possibly proprietary polyfoam. Obviously, all polyfoams are polyurethane foam. However, the additives and the exact way they are molded, etc., can differ, and that will make differences in their characteristics. But at their heart, they're all a polyfoam. So what exactly is ergo-cell? So ergo-cell would be a polyfoam top layer, and Simba has the latex top layer. On paper, latex may be preferable. There would be certain advantages to latex, possibly in durability and hypoallergenic properties. However, they do make their ergo-cell sound like something that may be more gel-like. So maybe in their mixing in their chemicals and their additives and their baking, it's a bit more gel-like than a normal polyfoam. I don't know, I'm going to try it. But just to say that they do say it makes it kind of sound like a gel, it's not. So that's the difference between that and Simba. Of course, also Simba has up to 2,500 conical springs in a king size. They have 2,000 conical pocket springs in a king size. However, there may be different size pocket springs, so they may be slightly wider. I don't know, I'm going to measure them. So they may be slightly wider. Maybe that's why they've got less. Of course, it's not a done deal that, oh, I've got more pocket springs, that makes it better. More pocket springs means more springs are taking your weight. It will feel a little bit firmer. Now, from what I gather from what I've read online, Emma may be a little bit softer than Simba, and that may be one reason. But I'm going to try it all out, and I'm going to let you know exactly what I think. Just going over quickly the headline specs. So, polyfoam on top, called ergo-cell. They call it open cell. Of course, all modern polyfoams, all modern high-performance polyurethane foams would be open cell, but there may be proprietary things going on that make it a little bit more preferable than an average polyfoam. I don't know. I'll try and find out more, and I will sleep in it and tell you more. Then you've got the layer they've got in common, the memory foam. So still very similar, just the top layers are a bit different, and then of course you've got your standard polyfoam base layer, slightly lower density, normally with a firmer feel. So those are the main differences, but obviously they're very similar, and people want to know, well, so what are the differences? What I gather, probably Emma may be slightly softer, and more evidence for that, actually, Emma now do two mattresses. So they're now calling, there's the original and the second gen. The original is the one with the micro conical pocket springs. The second gen doesn't have pocket springs. From what I gather, the main difference is it's firmer. So suggesting that they want to be targeting all areas of the market that they recognise in maybe, I don't know, I haven't tried it, maybe Emma's on the soft side, so they're going to have a firmer one. So, I don't know, some point in your 100 night trial, you may say, well, I want to send it back. And they say, well, try the second gen. I don't know. Maybe that's how it works. Just to say, obviously, the things in common, it comes vacuum packed in a big box. It's a 100-night trial. It's a 10-year warranty. As I always point out, doesn't mean to say it's going to be lasting exactly how it is day one for 10 years. Otherwise, you get your money back. The mattress warranties are very much about actual defects, and a lot of the changes in the mattress will come under normal wear and tear, what you would normally expect to happen in a mattress. And you would expect it to start softening up right from the beginning. That's what they do. So just beware, 10 years doesn't mean say, right, day one, I'm going to be like that for 10 years. You'll never do that on a foam mattress. Something to point out, very much in you go on the website, British made, it's British quality, British, but it is a German company. It was founded by a guy called Max Lahmann. I don't know how you pronounce it. As normal, I'm not good on languages. He's German, and it was a company founded in Germany in 2015, and I believe they've been selling in UK since beginning of 2017. Maybe it was late 2016, I'm not quite sure. But they do sell all over Europe, so not just in Germany, not just in the UK, but also in Austria, Switzerland, Netherlands, Poland, and France. And I'm not sure about the rest of Europe. However, I can tell you the mattresses in the UK are different from the mattresses that they sell in Germany. And interestingly, they sell 3 mattresses in Germany, 2 mattresses now in the UK, and all 5 are different. So we're really moving on from that point where the marketing was all about one perfect mattress, which is how all these companies that came online about 2016 was all about. We're cutting out the middlemen, and you can get one mattress. It suits everybody. I mean, I think we're really moving on. I've seen a lot of the other companies now are moving on, doing more than one mattress, and of course now it's all about their whole ecosystem. So Emma, of course, have a mattress foundation, and a lot of other companies, Eve, are selling their own bases now, as in the foundation for the mattress to actually go on, even though they've got an incorporated base. Don't have to use it that way. However, I'm just saying, sheets, pillows, it's all about the whole ecosystem, the whole branded system now. Seems to be the way it's moved now. A one-stop shop might not be a bad thing. You'll note that the box looks a bit like the Casper box I got. The colours are. I'm expecting the mattress to be the normal bland white grey, which is what it looked like on the website. However, it's blue on the box, which would have been a nicer colour from my perspective. Just saying, it's almost identical to the box Casper came in. Something to point out, you do get handles on the box. Not all the companies do that. I don't think Otti came with handles. Can make a big difference if you've got to move about in your property. Also, they say on the website comes via UPS. I don't know if it's because I got this for free and they've done it the cheapest way or whatever, but I got mine delivered by one man via Parcel Force. Not a problem for me, but just to point out, it does say UPS, and maybe if you pay for your mattress, everybody gets it via UPS, but I got mine by Parcel Force. It was a bit of a surprise to me. Just to also point out, what I'm saying is a German company, but they're making a big play about British made. It is assembled in the UK. It is a lot of materials coming from the UK. Now I'm saying that because it's a little bit confusing on the website. So they're making a big play. It's British, and it says British made. Emma is the result of extensive research and testing. We work together with leading manufacturers right here in the UK. But if you go into their frequently asked questions, it also says the high quality foams used to create Emma are created right here in the United Kingdom and are later combined with the topmost support of the conical spring layer. The processed materials are all fine, durable and produced at top quality mills throughout Europe. So they're kind of suggesting maybe the springs or some elements of the mattress come from other places in Europe. So maybe not entirely British. However, my mattress apparently came from a place in Horsham, but it did come from the UK, is what I'm saying. So does it matter? Not really. Quite honestly, if it was German quality, it has a fine reputation, so it wouldn't be a terrible thing. However, they're saying British. The only thing that may be confusing is you may think it's a British company, it's a German company. So I'm going to get on with the unboxing, trying to give you a quick look at the layers, try and take the cover off. As I always say, my Casper was delivered the wrong way around, so always check that your mattress is the right way around, except it may be a problem if you get Simba, because Simba say they have actually, the zips are sealed, have a little plastic seal, and if you take the seal off, they say, we're not going to cover the warranty. I don't know, that's what they say. Seems a bit harsh to me. Anyway, so one other point was, they talk about the cold foam. So is that something unique to Emma? The answer is no. Cold foam is just another term for what would be normally called high performance polyfoam So it's a good quality polyfoam, high density, with a high point elasticity, something that I personally call spot relief, but it's that you put your finger down in an area of the mattress and only that area is affected, and that's the point elasticity. If a wide area is affected, it has low point elasticity. Cold foam is common to all these high performance, high resiliency polyfoams. So it's just another way of saying it, nothing wrong in that, and it is true, it is cold produced. Less heat is required when the foam is cured. So I'm going to get on with the boxing. Just want to point out one last thing that surprised me is they actually say you can sleep on your Emma mattress a few minutes after taking the vacuum packing off. Well, it's the shortest time between unpacking and sleeping that I've seen anyone recommend. The normally is a matter of hours, and quite honestly, I always recommend 48 hours, not only for the mattress to fully expand before you actually start compressing it in any way, but also to let it off gas for 48 hours in a well-aired room. They're all going to leach chemicals. They are all synthetic. Even natural latex will have chemicals. So they will all leach, all foam mattresses will leach chemicals in that first 48 hours. It is a good idea to wait 48 hours out, whether it smells or not, let it air for 48 hours, even to allow for full decompression. So I am now going to do the unboxing. So I'm going to be using my Simba cutter. The most useful thing I've had so far from a mattress as an accessory is the safety blade you get with the Simba, which means you can be sure you're not going to damage your mattress. Now, they might have something inside the Emma, I've got no idea, I haven't watched an unboxing, so it's going to be interesting to me. So, we do get, right on top, a little booklet entitled Emma, again with the blue branding, but I don't think the mattress is actually blue, but maybe it is. Maybe I got the colours a bit wrong looking at the website. Just a little booklet to say dream sweeter tonight. So it's quite a thick welcome pack actually. I don't know if you really need that much instructions. I was telling you about the mattress, designed with you in mind. It's the best materials. They don't say conical springs in here. Up to 2,000 individual pocket springs. Now, you know, various places they say conical, various places they don't. But I'll certainly check that they're conical. So halfway through, you get to your instructions. Unpack, roll out, remove plastic, finished. Now, here it says, Emma only needs a few hours to breathe and then is immediately ready to be slept on. And it definitely says on the website you can sleep on it within a few minutes, which does sound a bit weird, but anyway, so that doesn't quite tally. They do say allow 3 to 4 weeks to get used to it, and that's absolutely right. The standard is 30 days to get used to it. However, not only does your body have to get used to it, the mattress is going to change over that first 6 weeks. It will soften up. So you don't know what you're going to have for the first 6 weeks, I have to say. Now, if it's terrible in the first 7 nights, obviously you can't carry on with it. However, you won't be sure of how the mattress is going to be over the long term till about 6 weeks in. And it just tells you about your sleep trial. Refer your friends scheme. Quite tight limitations, so there's a maximum of 10 and you're not allowed to advertise it anywhere. But other than that, you could make up to £500. So on the lid, just to make sure that you don't get it wrong. So open your box. Of course, to see that, you'd have to have the box open anyway. Unpack it, cut it. Oh, it looks like there's a Simba style cutter in there. And you're ready to go after that. Now, I don't see the cutter. Maybe it's in there. Emma, they also do a safety cutter. Now, I have to say, I do prefer the rounded edges on the Simba. Now, I know you're not buying a mattress for the safety blade. However, the Simba one does seem to make a bit more sense. However, not everybody gives you a blade of any type. In fact, the only ones I've had is from Emma and Simba. Not only similar micro conical pocket springs, similar colouring with the blue. Yet it's not a blue mattress. All right, well, we'll have a go with the Emma one. It's a little bit ripped to start with. To be honest, it's actually ripped to the extent that has exposed some of the material on both sides. So strictly speaking, that's not actually vacuum packed. Well, I mean, it's vacuum packed that way, but it's obviously started expanding. It's not airtight. That is actually ripped. Now, you see, that's the thing about the sharp ends. I immediately went in, and I've actually gone in with a sharp end to the actual material itself. So I'm going to use the Simba one. Because it's curved, you don't have that problem. So weirdly, it's a little bit stuck. As you can see, I'm having to pull that off. There's a little bit of adhesive on there. Ah, this is something I've been wondering why they never do it. When they do give you handles, they normally put them on the base. And I always think, I'd rather have them on the side. And very thoughtfully and very cleverly, Emma have put them on the side. That's the first one I've seen with the handles on the side. I do like that. You think it's not a big deal, but handles make a huge difference when you start getting your doubles and your king size when you're moving the mattress about. Not least because when you have to grab it by the sides if there's no handles, you're always getting bits of foam coming off because it can be quite brittle, these foams. So, might take more than a few minutes, but it did say also a few hours. Now, also got to point out, by the way, this feels very nice. This top cover feels very plush, very nice. And it does have elastane in, and I always find a bit of elastane does make a big difference to the feel, and I really like the feel of that. But I was going to point out, you can remove the cover, and it is machine washable. And that's not something you can say with a lot of these mattresses. Again, makes a big difference. So not quite so crucial to have a mattress protector, although it's still always a good idea. But always remember, when you add a mattress protector, it will change the feel and the characteristics of your mattress. Everything you put on top will have an effect. That's why the Coolmax covers are so popular, because it greatly alleviates any problems with heat retention just by having a well-designed cover. So I'm now removing the top cover, and again, great, the cover removes from the top. Some of them with removable covers, you've still got to lift the whole thing over, take it off from underneath. Crazy, isn't it? So this is a good start for me. Well thought out. Handles on the side, not the bottom. Washable cover and removable cover from the top. Now, a lot of them say their covers aren't washable because it changes the fire retardant properties. So I don't know why some are okay to wash and some aren't, but that's when the ones that don't let you wash them, that's normally what they say. So I will always take the top cover off, not just to show you, but to check it's the right way around. It is the right way around. I'll just hesitate for a minute, because what I didn't expect to see was a different foam at the end. Now, as always, these springs are boxed in, otherwise known as encapsulated. I don't know if that's part of the boxing in. So whenever they've got springs, they don't normally go right to the ends, because you get the problem of the drop off and springs having poor edge support. So they normally put foam right to the edge and the springs start a little bit in. However, there's actually the top layer of the ergo cell foam. So I feel it's springy and it's soft. Weirdly, it's a different foam right at the top there. That is weird. Well, not weird as in why would you do it? It's weird as in I didn't expect that, and I'll try and find out what that's all about. The only other blue branding is the actual label itself, which says Emma. Again, very much Simba style. And you've got a nice little zip with the Emma logo on it. Well, I say the logo. The Emma name, which I guess is the logo as well. But look, you can completely remove it just by the top, unzipping at the top.
I do like that.
So, big difference, you know, again, Emma versus Simba. Simba won't even allow you. Well, that's what they told me on the phone. If you take your cover off, the warranty is null and void. I didn't see it in the actual details, but that's what they told me on the phone. And they certainly seal it to make it as difficult as possible. Emma, yeah, take it off, wash it, no problem. So you can see what I mean by there's a different foam at the ends than there is, well, that top layer. So I'm assuming that's not ergo cell. In fact, I can feel it's different. And of course the base, which is castellated, it's got channels cut into it. So that's to give you more give at certain points, i.e. your hips, your shoulders. They're zoning different to Simba. Simba have, instead of right in the middle, they have it either side of the middle. So that's something to think about. I'm going to measure both of them up because obviously, depending on your body shape and your height, your hips are going to hit that zoned portion differently between Simba and Emma. So I wonder which works out better for me. So just to quickly go over the specs again. And I'm actually going to measure it. Now, obviously, it's going to take time to get to the full height. The full height should be 25 centimetres. And that's the wrong way round. And that's actually saying 25 centimetres, unbelievably. Actually saying, well, 24. All right, it's 24, about 1 centimetre to go. But so the top layer is 2 centimetres, and that's 4 centimetres. Let me check the specs. So at this point, the mattress does not tally with the specs I was expecting. Is what I've got. 15 centimetres for the base layer instead of 17. The memory foam, 3 centimetres. That's saying 3 centimetres, that got me 6. I want to check that this really is the pocket spring mattress. I can confirm it is the pocket spring mattress. And the pocket springs do appear to be slightly larger than the Simba, so that's why 2,000 versus 2,500. So they feel slightly firmer to the touch. Not that it matters, they are for comfort. I wanted to point out, I forgot to point out, micro pocket springs, do not expect them to be supportive. They're there for your comfort layer and to add durability. So they do a totally different thing than full-size pocket springs, which would be further down in the mattress. I'm going to find out exactly what the specifications should be. So if you buy a mattress, what would you get? They don't say what the specs are on the website in terms of the actual heights and densities, but they do tell you on the phone or in their support, and they told me, well, I was going to go over the densities in another, because there was a query on the densities, I was going to do that in another video, so I won't give that out now because everything seems to be different. So I just phoned Emma. It was actually Sophie, but at Emma, and I just wanted to check because it's completely different specs to what I was told on the phone. However, she did confirm this is correct. It's what everybody else would be getting. Nothing has changed. Just wanted to clarify what it should be. So while it's still expanding, it appears to be 15 centimetres on the base, 3 centimetres memory foam. This is the one that surprised me, 3 centimetres for the boxing in on the micro pocket springs, because they did say they were 2 centimetres. So I'll check what height they are. Very welcome 4 centimetres, because I was thinking, no, 2 centimetres is what they told me on the phone for this ergo cell, which isn't great. But now, so that would have been a total of 8 centimetres from what they said before on the comfort layers. I've now got 10 centimetres of comfort layer, which is much more in line with what I personally prefer. So I'm quite pleased that it was wrong, and yeah, so far so good. Obviously the test is in sleeping, but, and I have to say, now people had said, oh, it smells and all that. I'm getting no smell at all. Well, a little bit when I go right up. Now I'm not sure how many people would actually be doing that, but if I'm here, I can't smell it at all. So you know, other than does it suit me, but I have to say, so far it's all been good. just a bit surprising. So yeah, it doesn't smell. Some great design elements. Shame they didn't go with blue on the sides. I would have liked that to go with their branding. I didn't ask her about the ends, which I may do another point, but I don't want to drive her mad. Maybe if you've got an older Emma mattress, have a look at your base layers and see if they are exactly the same as mine, or if there was an old spec. Yeah, but the other thing was, this surprised me, I've got 3 centimetres now for the boxing in on the springs, because I always thought these were 2 centimetres, as in the Simba. These definitely look, well, they're definitely wider, I can see that. Just checking the actual height. Now I've got 3, these are going 3 centimetres. In fact, even more. I'll say 3 centimetres. These are 3 centimetres, the pocket springs. And yeah, they are conical. So there's a little bit of a taper at the top. Well, the top is, anyway. So I'll just see if I'll give you a closer look at that before I wrap up the whole video. So there are the pocket springs. These are actually a little bit firmer than I was expecting, because I've seen a couple of videos where people have taken the pocket springs out and gone, well, what could that possibly be doing? Now, I can tell you some of the other micro pocket springs are even less firm than this. There is a slight firmness to this, and they are a bit bigger, so that'd be interesting to see how it is. Probably have a nice effect. Anyway, so that is the full overview, and I will give you my full review after I've given it a good chance, you know, 2, 3, 4 weeks sleeping on it, to be fair, and then tell you my final thoughts.
UK